So hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing about the maps. I mean the important places, especially in Indian perspective. In the last two sessions, we have been in the last few sessions we had been discussing about all the important locations in the world map. Today we'll be seeing important places in the India map. As you know, there are lots and lots of places. If we are looking at the map of India, right? So it's impossible to study each and every place because every year UPSC keeps asking different places. But then there is also some patterns and some regions which is UPSC's favorite. So we will focus our study based on those regions. Okay. So I've just sorted out a few categories wherein we can study the places the important places UPSC would ask, or there is high chances that UPSC would ask for prelims. So we'll just discuss about it. Okay. So first we'll have a brief understanding about the India map, the political perspective, the important latitude and longitude. Then we'll start with places in news this time first. It's mainly because I put it first because prelims is around the corner. So I think it is really important for you to know what was there in news. So we'll discuss that first. Then we'll discuss the northeastern states. This is one of the favorite areas of UPSC. So frequently UPSC will ask several questions of different, like about national parks or many things from the northeast. Okay, so this is like one very important region. Then we'll also discuss about the important mountain ranges, the rivers, important national parks and wildlife sanctuaries. Yes, Tiger Reserve. Tiger Reserve was also one of the favorite things of UPSC. Then Indian soil, the types of soil and where it is distributed, etc. We'll learn about that. Then we'll also discuss the Ramsar site, since it is the 75 years of independence. So there is the government has come up with the concept of 75 at 75. That is 75 Ramsar sites during the 75th anniversary of India. 75th year of independence of India. Okay. So yes, we'll discuss about the Ramsar sites, all the new editions, etc. Then we'll also discuss about the important lakes which were in news, and also some other lakes apart from the Ramsar sites. Then also the glaciers and passes. This is also very important. Okay, because if you look at the last few years question paper, UPSC has asked few glaciers as well. Okay. So we'll try to cover as much content as possible and we'll find some pattern to study all these. Okay. So in today's session, we'll be discussing the first three. That is, we'll discuss about the important latitude and longitude, the political aspects of India, then also the places in news, the Northeast and about the Northeast. Okay. So this is what we'll be discussing today. Okay. So we'll first start with the basic idea of India. So I know all of you would be familiar with this, with the political aspects, but I just want to repeat it so that, what happens is, when you're studying for prelims, we think that we know all the states, we know all the capitals, we will be very familiar. But when you go and when you attempt the prelims, during that time, you might get confused. Because you might, for example, Assam's capital is Dispur. But suddenly you might think it might be Guwahati. So you get confused suddenly if there's a question, right? So in order to eliminate such confusions, I'll just roughly speak about all the states and the capitals, and also about the union territories. Okay, so we'll just in a few minutes we'll just cover all the states. Okay, so how many states are there in India now, as of now? Yes, there are 28 states. And how many union territories? Yes, there are 8 union territories. Okay. So we'll just have a brief understanding about all the states and the capitals. So we'll start from the bottom. We have Kerala. Kerala's capital is Trivandrum. Right. Then Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu's capital is Chennai. Then Karnataka, Bangalore. Andhra Pradesh, Amravati is the capital. Okay. Earlier, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana had a combined capital of Hyderabad. Now it's been shifting to Amravati. Telangana's capital is Hyderabad. Goa, capital is Panaji. Maharashtra, Mumbai. Gujarat, Gandhinagar. Okay. Then Madhya Pradesh, it's Bhopal, Chhattisgarh, Raipur, Odisha, Bhubaneswar, West Bengal, Kolkata, Jharkhand, Ranchi, Bihar, Patna, UP, Lucknow, Rajasthan, Jaipur, Haryana, and Punjab together. They have a common capital, Chandigarh. Punjab and Haryana, it is Chandigarh. Uttarakhand, Dehradun, Himachal Pradesh, Shimla. Okay, if you're going to the northeast, Sikkim, Gangtok, Arunachal Pradesh, yes, Itanagar, Assam, Dispur, Nagaland, Kohima, Manipur, Imphal, Mizoram, Aizawl, Tripura, Agartala, Meghalaya, Shillong. So these are the states and its capitals. Okay, now how many union territories are there? Yes, there are 8 union territories. So you might get confused because of this, because there have been like what bifurcation of state of Jammu and Kashmir, and 2 union territories have formed, and then there was merger of some union territories. So you might get confused, right? So we'll just mention the names of all the union territories as well. So we'll start from the bottom itself. So we have 2 union territories, that is island territories, that is Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Islands, right? Then in the south we have Puducherry. Puducherry, 3 places. One is here Karaikal, one is Yanam, and one is Mahi. All 3 are part of Puducherry. So one is in the Kerala side, one is Tamil Nadu side, one is in the Andhra side. So Karaikal, Yanam, and Mahi. Okay. Then we have here Daman and Diu and Dadra Nagar Haveli. So earlier these were 2 different union territories. Now it's merged together to form just one. Okay. So Dadra Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu is just one union territory. Then we have what? We're going up. We have Chandigarh. Chandigarh, the capital of Punjab and Haryana. It is a union territory. Apart from that, here we have the national capital territory, New Delhi. Right? That is also a union territory. Then we have what? The state of Jammu and Kashmir was divided into 2 union territories, that is Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Okay. So these are the 8 union territories of India. Clear? Okay, there's no confusion, right? Okay. Now let's move on. We'll study the most important latitude and most important longitude in India. So you would know this as well, but I'm telling you, I'm just refreshing your basic idea regarding this, and then we'll move on to the places in use. Okay. So first and the most important latitude in India is the Tropic of Cancer, right? So you must know which all states Tropic of Cancer passes through. Okay, this is very important. Okay, when there's a question, when it comes suddenly for prelims, like is it passing through this state, you might get confused. Suppose they say Tropic of Cancer passes through Bihar. It's actually wrong. But during the exam, you might get confused. So you must be clear regarding the states through which Tropic of Cancer is passing through. So in India, Tropic of Cancer is passing through 8 states. Which are they? Yes, from the west we'll start. Okay, west we have Gujarat and Rajasthan. Okay, west. There are 2, Gujarat and Rajasthan. Center we have who? Yes, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand. Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand. If you're going to the east, we have West Bengal, and in the northeast, 2 states, Tripura and Mizoram. Okay, so 8 states. Tropic of Cancer is passing through 8 states. Okay, so in the west we have who? Gujarat and Rajasthan. Center, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand. In the east, it's West Bengal, and in the northeast, it is Tripura and Mizoram. So these 8 states, the Tropic of Cancer is passing. Okay, it's 23.5 degrees north. Okay, next important longitude, which we must know, is the Indian Standard Time, IST. Okay, so it is 82.5 degrees east longitude. So the longitude is 82.5 degrees through which IST is passing, Indian Standard Time. So which all states is the IST passing through? There are actually 5 states. Okay, so we have Lucknow, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Andhra Pradesh. Only 5 states. Okay. I'm sorry. So, sorry, mistake on my part. It's UP. Okay. Sorry. It just came on the flow. So, UP, we have UP, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Andhra Pradesh. So, these are the 5 states through which ISD is passing through. Okay. So, it's UP, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, and Andhra Pradesh. 5 states. Clear? Okay. So be clear about this fact. Okay. So next, so we discussed the political map of India as well as the most important latitude and the longitude, Tropic of Cancer and the Indian Standard Time. Next, we'll move on to, we'll see one question first before moving on. This was a question asked, I think, in 2018 for prelims. Among the following cities, which one lies on longitude closest to that of Delhi? Okay, this was a kind of tough question, but still we could arrive at the answer by elimination. So option is A, Bangalore, B, Hyderabad, C, Nagpur, D, Pune. So in this case, so question is Delhi, the longitude of Delhi, which one is the closest one? So if you're taking the case of our Pune is towards the west side, right? So I think it wouldn't pass through the longitude of Delhi. Now, if you're taking a case of Hyderabad is more towards the eastern side, this side. So you can eliminate both Pune and Hyderabad. Now you might get confused with the Bangalore and Nagpur. Okay, but Nagpur is actually at the exact center of India, that is in Maharashtra itself. Okay, but if you're taking the line of Delhi, it is somewhat towards the west. So Bangalore is the city which is in the same longitude of Delhi. Okay, so I'll show you a map regarding that. So if you're taking this map, you can see here, Delhi is here. Bangalore falls in the same line of Delhi. Okay, Hyderabad is towards the eastern side. Pune is far to the west. We know Pune is near to the coast, right? Mumbai, Pune, it's to the coast. Then Nagpur is also far to the east. So answer is Bangalore. Clear? Okay. Now we'll move on to the most important places in news. In the last year, all the places that has come in news. Okay. So I've made a list of a few which I think it's very important for this year's prelims. So we'll see. We'll start. I mean, it has been in news frequently, so that is why I've taken it. And most of the places you would have heard, but we'll just have a brief idea about it. Okay. And also all the characteristics of the place where, I mean, the border of, like, what is the significance of the place, etc. We'll be saying today. Okay. So the first place is Nathula. Next is Zojila Pass. So La means actually pass. Okay. Whenever the La term comes, it's actually pass, mountain passes. So Nathula, Zojila, then we'll see the Makmohan line. This Makmohan line is very important because of what China claiming Arunachal Pradesh of being its part, etc. So this Makmohan line is really very important. Then there is Shinkunla Tunnel. Then we'll see the Sintan Top. Then this Parsanath Hill in Jharkhand and Shatrunjay Hill in Palitana of Gujarat. This is important, especially this is one of the important sites of Jain pilgrimage. Okay. Then Hasdiya Aranya. It is in Chhattisgarh region. Then Moidans of Assam, Nallamala Forest of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana border. Okay, Nallamala has been in news for quite some years now. Okay, so it's very important. Then there is news about Kodaikanal Solar Observatory. Then we'll see what the Shangtang Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay. Then the Hanle Observatory. We'll see Hanle, Ladakh. Shivamoga in Karnataka. Then we'll see Sanjay Dugri Tiger Reserve. Then Gahirmata Marine Sanctuary. This Gahirmata Marine Sanctuary has been in news, like it comes to news every year. But this year, I think it's more important. It's mainly because of the olive ridley turtles. This Gahirmata Marine Sanctuary comes in news. It's in Odisha. Okay. So we'll see that in detail. Then the Chenab Rail Bridge. This is also very important. Then there is Paradip Port in Odisha. We'll see that as well. Then there's Gandhamardan Hills. Then the Bandipur Tiger Reserve. So this Gandhamardan Hills has been declared biodiversity heritage site. Okay, that is why it's important. Bandipur Tiger Reserve is also important because it is celebrating its the 50 years of Project Tiger, and in 1973 this Bandipur Tiger Reserve was also established along with Project Tiger, and also our Prime Minister has visited Bandipur Tiger Reserve recently, so this is also very important. Then the Kulam nuclear power plant. Along with that, we'll see some other power plants as well, and the Dibang Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, these are the important places we'll be seeing today. Yeah. Okay, so we'll start with Nathula Pass. Okay, so where exactly is this Nathula? Have you heard about this pass before, Nathula Pass? Yes, it is in Sikkim. Okay, so Nathula, it is a pass in Sikkim. It actually connects what? The Sikkim to, yes, Chinese Tibetan region. Okay, it is a pass which connects Sikkim to what? Chinese Tibetan region. Below that, there's one more pass. It is called the Jalapla Pass. Okay, so both these are important. And this region, okay, I'll mark this region. That's better. Okay, so this region, this is called the Doklam region. And this is where standoff occurs. It's actually a tri-junction between India, China, and Bhutan. Okay, so this Doklam region, there has been a standoff between Indian and Chinese army. Okay, so that is important. So, if you're talking about Nathula Pass, yes, it is a mountain pass in the Dongkya range of the Himalayas, and it connects to the Tibet, China, and Sikkim and West Bengal. So you can see this part is what? Sikkim, and here you have West Bengal. Okay, so it actually connects India and China. Okay, then yes, Nathula is one of the highest motorable roads in the world. Nathu, the word Nathu means listening ears, and La means pass. Okay, as I've already told, whenever La comes in Tibetan language, this means pass. So listening ears. Nathu means listening ears, and La means pass. Okay, and also it is an open border trading post. Open trading border post between India and China. That means people can just come across the border and trade. Okay, then another important thing is, earlier there was a Sino-Indian War in 1962. So during that time, this border has been closed off. This pass was closed off. So there was no movement between the Indian and China or Tibetan people in this border. But recently, in 2006, it has been reopened. Okay, and this is one of the shortest route for Manasarovar pilgrims. Okay, it's an alternative route. So Manasarovar Lake is like a kind of a most important site for pilgrimage. So this pass provides an alternative. Okay, so yes, it is until 2006. This Nathula was actually sealed off, but in 2006 it was open. Okay, so that is Nathula Pass. Remember the location. All these details are not that much important, but remember the location of Nathula Pass, which state, okay, which part of Himalayas, which state. That is, it is in the what? Sikkim Himalayan region. Okay, then the Sikkim region. Okay, remember that. Okay, and it connects what? India and Tibetan region of China. Okay, and this place here, it's called Doklam Valley. Okay, here, at least this you must remember regarding Nathula. And one more pass in Sikkim is important, that is Jalapla. Jalapla is below Nathula. Okay, here, let's move on. So the next important pass is the Zojila Pass. Okay, Zojila Pass, yes, when you're studying physical geography or Indian geography, you would obviously be learning about Zojila Pass. But since this was in news recently, I have included this in our topics of discussion. Okay, so you can see this is the Zojila Pass here. This is the Zojila Pass. So it's between Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. Clear? So that is the Zojila Pass. So it is, yes, it is a high mountain pass located where in the Kargil districts of Ladakh. Okay, it is near Kargil. So you can see Kargil here. It is near Kargil, Zojila. Okay, and the pass links who Leh and Srinagar. So we have Leh here and Srinagar here. So this pass is actually a link between this Srinagar and Leh. But then there's a problem. Okay, so that means if you're linking Leh and Srinagar, that means now these two are two union territories. That is Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. So this is a link between these two union territories, right? But I've told you there's a problem. The problem is whenever there is snow in the winter, this pass actually closes off. Okay, you cannot travel through this pass. That means the connectivity to Leh from Srinagar is lost. Okay, so Zojila is also known as what? Mountain Pass of Blizzards. It's called the Mountain Pass of Blizzards. Okay, you must remember that name. Apart from that, I told you it will be closed during winters due to heavy rainfall. Oh, sorry, heavy snowfall. And this is cutting off what? Ladakh region from Kashmir. Okay, and that is why recently Zojila Tunnel was created. Zojila Tunnel. Okay, it is Asia's longest bi-directional tunnel. Okay, and it provides an all-weather, like all the throughout the year connectivity from Srinagar to both Kargil and Leh. Okay, so if there is a question regarding Zojila Tunnel connects which places? On one side we have who? Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir. Another side we have who? Leh and Kargil. Okay, Ladakh region. Okay, so Zojila Pass actually connects these two, and in order to provide all-weather connectivity or throughout the year connectivity, we have created what? The longest tunnel, that is Zojila Tunnel, Asia's longest tunnel. Clear? So that is Zojila Pass. Okay. So we have on one side Leh, on the other side Srinagar. Okay. It's clear, right? Okay. So remember about Zojila Tunnel, who it connects? Okay, just remember on one side Jammu and Kashmir, on one side Ladakh. That's it. Okay. Next important one topic is the McMahon line. So you would have heard about this McMahon line, right? So when you have studied history, you would have heard about the border dispute, like all the problems that has created while drawing the Indian border, right? The tussle between India and Pakistan, all the genocide and all the crimes which has happened. Okay, the partition, the atrocities of the partition. Okay, similarly, the Indo-China border, that is Sino-India border, was determined by McMahon. Okay, it wasn't actually directly the Sino-Indian border, but rather at that time it was with the Tibet, right? Before independence, the region above the Arunachal Pradesh, that region was mainly with whom? The Tibetan. It was autonomous Tibetan region. Okay, so the British Indian government had determined this McMahon line along with the consent of the Tibetan autonomous people, Tibetan autonomous government. But what happened was when China came, China told, we are not going to accept what the Tibetan agreement says, because China said China was not a stakeholder. The Tibetan people agreed to this line, and China does not accept this line, and hence that is why they are claiming Arunachal Pradesh as their own. Okay, so according to this McMahon line, Arunachal Pradesh is part of India. So the southern, Arunachal Pradesh was actually the southern Tibetan region, and the Tibetan autonomous government agreed to the fact that it can be part of British India. Okay, and we Indians continued this even after independence, but China did not agree to this. Okay, since 1950s, China has been claiming Arunachal Pradesh as their own. So that is the McMahon line. So you can see here, see this part above Arunachal Pradesh, where the demarcation between China and India, the line which demarcates between China and India is the McMahon line. Okay, remember the name McMahon line. It's between China and India. So there is a sea between McMahon. So that is China. Okay, China and India, it's McMahon line. Okay. So yes, it is the boundary between China occupied territory of Eastern Himalayan regions and the Indian region. Okay. So yes, this region is a mountain plus a place of high altitude. Yes, the terrain is very difficult. It's very high altitude. We know it's the northeastern part of Himalayas, Eastern Himalayas. It's very high. Okay. The line was determined by who? The Sir Henry McMahon, and he was the Foreign Secretary of the government of British India. Okay. And this line was named after him, and that is why it's called the McMahon line. And it is of a length 890 kilometers. Yes, and there was a Shimla Treaty in 1914. So that is when this line was adopted. Okay. So in the Shimla Treaty in 1914, the treaty is between India and Tibet. Okay, the Tibetan Autonomous Government, India and Tibet agreed toward this McMahon line in Shimla Treaty. Okay, but China does not accept this agreement. Okay, and since 1950, China captured Tibet in 1950, and since then, China has been claiming what Arunachal Pradesh as their part, since it is part, and they call it the Southern Tibetan region. Okay, so that is the issue with Arunachal Pradesh. Even today, very recently, there was China declaring so many places in Arunachal Pradesh as renaming the places in Arunachal Pradesh. And yes, there is ongoing problems between this India and China in this Arunachal Pradesh region. Okay. That is McMahon line. Remember, it's between the border between India and China does not agree to it. Yes, it is in the northeastern part. Okay, northeastern, above Arunachal Pradesh. Yeah, that is McMahon line. Okay, and it is named after Sir Henry McMahon, who was a foreign secretary in British Indian government. And remember the Shimla Treaty as well. Okay, these are the points you must remember with regard to what? The McMahon line. Okay. Okay. Next important topic is the Shinkun La Tunnel. The La means pass. Okay. So there is a new proposed Shinkun La Tunnel. So there is the Shinkun La Tunnel. Yes, it is between what? Himachal Pradesh and Ladakh. Okay. So already there are so many passes between what Manali, it is Himachal Pradesh and Ladakh. But the problem is what is the problem? Yes, there is no all-weather connectivity. When there's snowfall, it will be closer. So there are so many issues. Okay, when there are so many passes, but it will be closed up during snowfall. So government has given nod to what construction of Shinkun La Tunnel, and it connects what Nimmo Padam Darsha Road. So Nimmo is where? In Ladakh, Padum is in Ladakh, and Darsha is in Himachal Pradesh. So this Shinkun La is between the border of Himachal Pradesh and Ladakh. You can see it here, and it is on this highway Nimmo, Padum, and Darsha. From Darsha you can connect to Manali, and from Nimmo you can go to Leh. Okay, so Nimmo, Padum, Darsha Road. Okay, the tunnel provides all-weather connectivity to the border area of Ladakh. So the importance of this area, this is if we know there has been recent standoff between what India and China in the Ladakh region, right, at the border, LAC, right. So in order to mobilize our army very quickly to the Ladakh region, this all-weather connectivity road is very important. Okay, this tunnel is very important. Okay, and it will be on the border between Ladakh and Himachal Pradesh region. And who's going to take up the construction? All the construction across this region, that is in the border area, would be by who? The Border Roads Organization, BRO. Okay. Yes, then the traffic movement in the tunnel will not be vulnerable to long-range artillery shelling or missile firing of either China or Pakistan. Okay, so it gives a all-weather connectivity. Okay, that is what the Shinkun La Tunnel. Okay. So yes, remember we need an all-weather connectivity between who? The Ladakh region and Himachal region, that is the Manali to Leh connectivity. Shinkunla actually provides connectivity from Manali to Leh. Okay, and which road? Through which road? Yes, Nimmu Padam Darcha. Nimmu Padam Darcha road, and from Darcha it goes to Manali, and from Nimmu it goes to where Leh. Okay, that is Shinkunla tunnel. And who constructed it? It will be by the Border Road Organization. Okay, clear? That is Shinkunla tunnel. Okay. Next is the Sintang top. Okay. All these are in the what? Himalayan region or Jammu and Kashmir region. Okay. Sintang top is actually another mountain pass. Okay. This is located between Bring Valley and Anantnag and Kishwar and Kishtwar of Jammu. It connects actually Kashmir to Chenab Valley. Okay. So that is why it is important. It connects what? It is between what? Anantnag district and Kishtwar, and it connects Kashmir to Chenab Valley. Okay, it's a pass which connects what? Kashmir to Chenab Valley. Sintan top. Okay. So why is it important? Is since many like for the first time in February 2023, this has been opened. Okay, for tourism. Okay. So this Sintan top pass has been opened in February 2023 for tourism and to attract tourists to many locations in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, so this was recently opened, Sintan top. So basically, it connects Kashmir Valley to Chenab Valley. Okay, so Anantnag, it is a connectivity between Anantnag, it is within Jammu and Kashmir itself. Okay, just remember Kashmir to Chenab Valley. Okay, Sintan top. Okay, now here, yeah. So that is what Sintan top. So we'll learn about Chenab Valley later when we talk about another topic. Okay. So, yes. So the places which we learned till now, first we learned about the latitudes and longitudes, right? The most important latitude and longitude, that is the Tropic of Cancer and what the Indian Standard Time. The Tropic of Cancer passes through 8 states and Indian Standard Time passes through 5 states. You must remember those places. Then we started off with the pass, Nathula Pass. Okay. Nathula Pass is in Sikkim, and there's another pass in Sikkim called the Jelapla, right? Then we have what? The next pass is Zojila Pass. Where is Zojila? Yes, it actually connects, yes, Leh. On one side there's Leh, on the other side there's Srinagar. Srinagar to Leh connectivity. And there is also a Zojila tunnel being constructed. Okay, so it's basically a connection between the union territories of Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, then we spoke about the McMahon Line. McMahon Line is a border between, yes, in the eastern Himalaya, that is between India and China. Okay, and China does not recognize this because Tibet was the signatory of the treaty. And there's a Treaty of Shimla which authenticates this McMahon Line. Okay, and we spoke about the Shinkunla Tunnel. It's a new proposed tunnel between who? Ladakh region and the Himachal Pradesh. Okay, and there's also a road, Nimmu Padam Darsha Road, link which will connect this Shinkunla would be between this road. Okay, at the border of Ladakh and Himachal Pradesh, and it is a new connectivity from Manali to Leh. Okay, then also the Sintan top. It is in Jammu and Kashmir. It connects Kashmir Valley to Chenab Valley. Okay, so yeah. Now we'll move on. The next most important place, which was in news, is this: the Parshnath Hill in Jharkhand and the Shatrunjay Hill in Palitana of Gujarat. Okay, so why was this in news? Yes, because in all over the country, many Jain people were protesting. Jain community people were protesting against certain issues in these hills. Okay, so this is one of the most important pilgrimage site of Jains. Okay, so across the country they were protesting in this because these two are the holy sites of Jain pilgrims. So there is a Sammat Shikhar in Parshnath Hill in Jharkhand. Okay, remember the name Sammat Shikhar. Okay, Shikhar means mountain. Sammat Shikhar in Parshnath Hill. Okay, It is actually a temple of Jain temple in Jharkhand or Parshnath Hills in Jharkhand and Shatrunjay Hill in Palitana of Gujarat. Okay, so there were two controversies in these sites, two holy sites of Jains, and that is why people across the country has been shouting, protesting. Okay, so this topic is important both in geographical point of view as well as art and cultural point of view. Okay, ancient medieval point of view. Yeah. So first we'll see about the Parshnath Hill in Jharkhand. Okay, so this Parshnath Hill, you can see it here. It's somewhere here in the northern part of what? Jharkhand. Okay, here it is the Parshnath Hill. It's in the Girit district of Jharkhand. It's near to what Bihar border. Parshnath Hill. Okay. And yes, this Parshnath Hill is named after the 23rd Tirthangara. You know Tirthangaras, right? Yes, it is. Yes, Jain monks. So this 23rd Tirthangara was what? Parshnath. So this hills is named after this 23rd Tirthangara. Okay. So this Parshnath Hills is in what? The Chota Nagpur, eastern end of Chota Nagpur Plateau. So Jharkhand is mainly consists of what? Chota Nagpur Plateau, and this Parshnath Hill is in the eastern end. Okay. And it is in the Girit district of Jharkhand. Yes, it is named after the 23rd Tirthangara, Lord Parshanatha. Okay. So yes. And on this Parshnath Hill, there is what? Shikharji Jain temples. Okay, this is the most important temple, one of the most important temples of Jains. And that is located in this Parshnath temple. Okay. And it is one of the highest peaks in the state of Jharkhand, Parshnath Hills. So remember Parshnath Hills, the location is Jharkhand. Okay. And also it's on the Chota Nagpur Plateau, eastern end of Chota Nagpur Plateau. Apart from that, it is named after who? The Tirthangara Parshanatha, that is 23rd Tirthangara. So you can link it with the Jain community. Okay, that is Parshnath Hill in Jharkhand. And then next we'll see this about this temple. Okay, Sammat Shikharji temple. Okay, it is an important pilgrimage site of temple of who? The Jain community. Okay, so in Jharkhand, the problem is why are they protesting? Yes, this region of Parshnath Hill has been declared a tourist spot as well as an eco-sensitive zone. Okay, so the problem is the government, while declaring this, has not taken consultation by who? Yes, they haven't taken any consideration or consultation from the stakeholder, that is Jain community members. Okay, so that is why there has been protest going on in this Sammat Shikharji temple. Okay, this Parshnath Hill. Okay, so remember that this has been declared what? Tourist spot and eco-sensitive zone, and by the center. And yes, when they did it, they did not consult the main stakeholder, that is the Jain community. Okay, and for the Jains, of the 24 Tirthankaras, 20 of them attain salvation. That is, they attain their ultimate nirvana from this place, salvation from this Sammat Shikharji temple or the Parshnath Hills. Okay. Yes, that is why this is the most important pilgrimage, biggest pilgrimage site of the Jain community. And it is both important for both Digambara sect as well as the Shvetambara sect of Jains. Okay. For both the sects, this is important. Sammat Shikharji temple. So remember, Sammat Shikharji temple is where? Yes, is on the Parshnath Hills. Where is Parshnath Hills? It is in Chota Nagpur, northeast part of Chota Nagpur Plateau in Jharkhand region. Okay. And yes, why is it important? Because it is one of the most important pilgrimage site of Jains. Okay, almost 20 of the 24 Tirthankaras attain salvation from this Sammat Shikharji temple or from this Parshnath Hill region. Okay, it's important for both the sects of Jainism, that is Digambara and Shvetambara sects. Clear? So that is Sammat Shikharji temple. Next reason for protest is the Shatrunjay Hills in Palitana of Gujarat. Okay, it's in Gujarat. There's a river, Shatrunjay River in Gujarat, and this hill is next to that river. Okay, so you can see here, somewhere here. Here there is a Shatrunjay temple. Here is where the hills is. Okay. So that is where there is also a river, Shatrunjay River. It's actually drains out toward this region. Bay of Bengal. It's like somewhere like this, Shatrunjay River. Okay. So it is situated on the banks of Shatrunjay River in Gujarat, Shatrunjay Hills. And why is it important? Yes, it is a holy place for the Shvetambara Jains. Okay. Not to both the Digambaras, it's not important for Digambaras, but it is the most important site for Shvetambaras. Okay, and there are so many Jain temples in this location. So many. Around 865 Jain temples. Okay. So important for Jain community. But the problem is recently there was vandalism. Okay, people have come and struck down the shrine and destroyed all the sculptures, etc. So there were so many issues with regard to vandalism and security concerns. And the Jain community is asking for preserving this Shatrunjay Hills. Okay, that is why they protest. Okay, so the Jain are demanding Shatrunjay Hills and the area around it protected as to what maintain its holiness. Okay, they also want the government to probe into why this vandalism cases happen. Okay, so these are the two reasons why the Jain communities are protesting. So one reason is the vandalism of their sacred temples of Jain community in Shatrunjay Hills in Gujarat, which is on the banks of Shatrunjay River. And another reason is why, yes, it is because of the Parshanath temple. Parshanath Hills, that is Sammat Shikarji temple on the Parshanath Hills in Jharkhand. Okay, so there has been it has been declared tourist hotspot and tourism spot as well as eco-sensitive zone. That is why they are protesting. Okay. Yeah. Next is Hasdeo Aranya. Yes. So we have learned two places now. I mean, regarding Parshanath in Jharkhand and other one is in Gujarat. Okay. Next important place is Hasdeo Aranya. So Hasdeo, we know it is a river, Hasdeo River, and it is where in Chhattisgarh region. Okay. So Hasdeo Aranya means forest. Aranya is forest. So this is the Hasdeo Aranya. So here there is a coal field. Okay. So why this was in news is because there has been a lot of protests, not just from the communities there, but also from the government of Chhattisgarh also. Okay. And unanimously, there has been a private member bill passed, okay, in order to protect this area. And the problem is the central government has allocated coal fields in this region for a Rajasthan Power Paste company with the backing of the Adani Group. So there has been a large-scale protest, okay, because of this coal field allocation. Because they claim that the forest in this region would be destroyed. That is Hasdeo Aranya. Hasdeo forest would be destroyed. Okay. So this is Hasdeo Aranya. Talking about Hasdeo Aranya, it is actually lies in the catchment area of Hasdeo River. So there's a river called Hasdeo River, which is a tributary of Mahanadi. Okay. And it is in north central Chhattisgarh. Okay. You can see here, this is above Khorba region. Okay. That is where the Hasdeo River is. And Hasdeo Aranya is. Okay, and Hasdeo River is a tributary of Mahanadi. So it originates from where? Chhattisgarh. Hasdeo originates from Chhattisgarh. It flows through the Chhattisgarh and empties into the Mahanadi River, and which in turn flows through Odisha and then empties to where? Yes, Bay of Bengal. Okay, so that is the Hasdeo River. And yes, there's also this forest are also catchment area. There's Hasdeo Bango Dam. So this is also on the banks of this dam as well. Okay, and this is an important area because it is very ecologist sensitive as well as it is a migratory corridor, elephant corridor. Okay, it's a large elephant corridor. Okay, so that is also a very important fact. Apart from that, there has been protests regarding coal field allocation, mining of coal, etc. in this region. And recently there has been a very large scale protest. Okay. And yes, in order to conserve this this forest in this region, the Chhattisgarh government, actually a private member bill was actually passed unanimously by the Chhattisgarh government. Okay, that is very important. Okay, against this what allocation of coal mines in this region and preserving the forest. Okay, so that is very important. Hasdiyo Aranya. Okay, so remember Hasdiyo, it is a Aranya is in Chhattisgarh, in the north central part of Chhattisgarh, above what Korba, and it's a region rich with what, yes, coal. Okay, and yes, it is a tributary of Mahanadi. Hasdiyo is a tributary of Mahanadi. Remember that point as well, and remember it is a migratory corridor for elephants, and it is a very eco-sensitive zone. Okay, and there has been large-scale protests with regard to what the mining in this region. Okay, that is Hasdiyo Aranya. Next is Charaidyo Moidams of Assam. Okay, this is very important, especially in case of what. Yes, Charaidyo Moidams are important when we are talking about art and culture point of view. More than geographical point of view, it is important in art and culture point of view. Because this Charaidyo Moidams is what? Late medieval burial sites. Okay, so we have learned about so many burial sites when you're talking about IBC, Indus Valley Civilization, and so many Egyptian pyramids, etc. Similarly, the late medieval, that is Thai Ahom community in Assam, practice this moidams. Okay, that is Charaidyo moidams. They are actually burial sites. Okay, mound burial. So when somebody dies, they'll keep their relics there and build a mound on top of it. So that is Charaidyo moidams. So moidams, mound, can relate it with that. Okay, and remember it's Assam and Thai Ahom community practices in medieval times. It's not very ancient. Remember, it's 13th to 19th century. Okay, so it actually consists of what the mortal remains of the members of the Ahom royalty. That's it. It's just mainly of not of the common people, but of the royalty. Okay, and all their what paraphernalia means all their utensils, whatever they used, their dress, their what jewelry, everything would be kept within this mound. Okay, just like pyramids, this mound will contain all their relics. Okay, and up to 18th century, they actually what kept the mortal remains as such, but after what the spread of Vaishnavism after 18th century, they adopted the cremation practice of Hinduism, and then the ashes were kept, the bones and ashes were kept in Moidan at Charaidyo. Okay, and recently, what out of the 386 Moidans, 90 were actually found what in best preserved form. Okay, and why this was in news is because the government was asking to declare this site as UNESCO heritage site. Okay, there has been ongoing claim. It's not yet declared, but government is asking to declare this region as what UNESCO World Heritage Site. So remember this place, Charaidyo or Moidans, Assam. Even if you don't get a glimpse question this time, but maybe next year or in the coming years, if it is declared as UNESCO World Heritage Site, it will be very important. Okay. Yes. So yes, it has been nominated to what the UNESCO World Heritage Site this year. Okay, so you can see the picture. This is how it is. It is a mound. Okay, Moidam mound. So there'll be burials inside that, and then a mound on top of. This region has is proposed to become a what UNESCO World Heritage. Okay, so remember the location is in Assam. Okay, so it is Charaidyo Moidams of Assam. Okay, and it is a medieval century practice. Okay, mound burial. Yeah, Charaidyo Moidams of Assam. Okay, shall we move on? Okay. And the next important topic is the Nallamala forest. Okay, Nallamala forest is, you can see, this is the Nallamala forest. Okay, so here you have Telangana on top, and this is Andhra Pradesh. Yes, this is Andhra Pradesh. So this is the state border. Here, the border passes like this, somewhere like this. And Nallamala forest is between whom? Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. It's between the border. And Nallamala Hills. There's also hills there. Nallamala Hills, which is part of Eastern Ghats. Okay. So Nallamala forest is very important, especially it's been in news like since 2 or 3 years. So, yes, Nallamala forest is between who the Telangana and Andhra Pradesh government, and Andhra Pradesh states. And yes, there is hills, Nallamala Hills, which is part of the Eastern Ghats. Okay, so we'll see about Nallamala forest now. Yes, it is spread across 5 districts in the states of both Andhra Pradesh and Telangana together. It is located in Nallamala Hills. It is a part of Eastern Ghats. Yes, another important point is on top of Nallamala Hills, there is Krishna River, and bottom there is Penna River. So between Krishna River and Penna River lies what? Nallamala Hills, Nallamala Forest. Okay, so remember, it is the south of what? Krishna River and the north of Penna. That means on top there is Krishna and bottom there is Penna. Between there is what? Nallamala Forest. Okay. And another important part is like the Andhra Pradesh side of Nallamala Forest contains what? Yes, Nagarjuna Sagar, Srisailam Tiger Reserve, and on the Telangana part there is Amrabad Tiger Reserve. Okay. So earlier the whole region was called the Nagarjuna Sagar Srisailam Tiger Reserve. But now, after the bifurcation of these states of Andhra Pradesh, what happened? The Andhra Pradesh part is called the Nagarjuna Sagar Srisailam Tiger Reserve, and the Telangana part is called the Amrabad Tiger Reserve. And this region contains one of the highest number of tigers. There's a good number of tigers. Okay. Yes, and the rock system. Okay. It is Kadapa rocks. Okay, if you're talking about the rocks or the type of rock, it is Kadapa series. Okay, and another important fact is there is uranium. Okay, there was protest going on regarding what uranium mining in this region. Okay, and one important tribe of this region is the Chenchu tribe. Whenever you think about Nallamala forest, first you must remember it is the Chenchu tribe who inhabit this region. Okay. So there is the Chenchu. The indigenous population consists of the Chenchu tribe, a forest-dwelling tribe who have remained cut off from the modern world. Okay. So if you're talking about Nallamala forest, first you must remember it is between Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, right? Then it is on the Nallamala Hills, which is part of Eastern Ghats. On top we have Krishna River, bottom Penna River, 2 tiger reserves, Amrabad Tiger Reserve and Nagarjuna Sagar Srisailam Tiger Reserve, and the rock system is Kadapa, which also contains uranium. And one important factor is the tribes, that is the Chenchu tribes. Clear? These are the facts you must remember when you learn about the Nallamala forest. Okay. Clear? Okay, so recently there has been protest by Chenchu tribes, and earlier also there was protest regarding uranium mining. Okay. Next important topic is the Kodaikanal Solar Observatory. So where is Kodaikanal? Kodaikanal is in Tamil Nadu. Okay. So you must, this is not that important, but just remember the location. Okay. I'm just adding this because once there was a question regarding Kodaikanal Lake, that is why I've just added this topic. Okay. So if you're talking about the Kodaikanal Solar Observatory, it's called KOSO. Okay. It is one of the world's oldest observatory. Okay. That means it was established during the British era. Way back. Okay. Not the late British, early British era. Okay. So, yes, KOSO was established very long back. It happened in 1786. Okay. By the East India Company. Not by the direct British Empire, but the East India Company. There was a Madras Observatory and they set up this Kodaikanal Solar Observatory. Okay. And then it became totally established by 1893 it was totally established, and it is in Kodaikanal in Tamil Nadu. Okay. So why Kodaikanal was chosen is it is a hill station that is very high, and yes, it's high altitude and free from dust and environment. Okay, that is why it was chosen. And yes, after that, Solar Physics Observatory was opened in 1899 and was later renamed as what? KOSO, Kodaikanal Solar Observatory. Another important factor is that it has a Bhavnagar telescope. Okay, the telescope named there, telescope there is named as Bhavnagar telescope. Why? It was named after the Maharaja of Bhavnagar. Okay. So the telescope at Kosovo was named as Bhavnagar telescope. And yes, it is 15 centimeters the telescope which captures what solar images and photographic film. So why is that it in news now? Yes, it actually captured the sunspot. Okay, recently there was a sunspot event, and yes, it was actually recorded by the recent sun's behavior was recorded by this Kodaikanal Solar Observatory. Although it is quite old, it still recorded this event of solar spot and all the changes of sun's behavior. Okay, that is why it is important. Kodaikanal Solar Observatory. Okay. So I'll just give you a brief regarding Kodaikanal as well. When you're talking about Kodaikanal Solar Observatory, yes, it is a hill station in the state of Tamil Nadu. You remember hill station in Tamil Nadu, and it has what granite cliffs, forested valleys, lakes, waterfalls, and grassy hills. Similar, like commonly found in all the mountains. Same things. Remember, the rock type is granite. Okay, and yes, the most important thing here is the Kodaikanal Lake. Okay. Remember, it is an artificial lake, man-made lake. Okay. Star-shaped and forest here. The around it there is an evergreen forest in Kodaikanal. So this is the most important part of Kodaikanal. It is a Kodaikanal lake which is man-made and evergreen. Okay. So why I am saying this is important is because there was a question by UPSC. Okay. Which one of the following is an artificial lake? So you would have learned all the other lakes except for this Kodaikanal lake. Okay, so there's Kodaikanal Lake, Tamil Nadu, Koleru Lake, Andhra Pradesh, Nainital, Uttarakhand, and Renuka in Himachal Pradesh. So, Koleru is a national lake, so you will be able to eliminate this option. Nainital, you might not be sure. Renuka also, you might not be sure. Okay, and if you know this Kodaikanal is an artificial lake, you can directly answer the question. Okay, so answer here is A. It is a man-made lake, Kodaikanal lake. Okay, that is why I've given emphasis to this topic. Okay. UPSC, the thing is, UPSC has a tendency to repeat the places. That is why I've just mentioned this place. Okay. So, Kodaikanal is in Andhra Pradesh. Yep. So, that's it about Kodaikanal. Next, we'll move on to the next important topic, a place in news, that is Changtang Wildlife Sanctuary. This is also important with regard to what? Astronomy. Okay, so here is the Changtang. So Changtang is here, okay? This is what this Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh region. This is the Ladakh region. This is the Jammu and Kashmir region. Okay, so yes, Changtang is somewhere at the bottom. And you can see Pangong So, Sokar, and Somebiri around this. Okay, Changtang. So Changtang Wildlife Sanctuary, where is it located? It is in the Leh district of Ladakh. Okay, Changtang Wildlife Sanctuary. And it extends to where on top there is Pangong So, this side Sokar, and on the bottom there is Somoriri. Okay, So means lake in Tibetan language. Okay, so Pangong So is on the top, Somoriri at the bottom, and Sokar on the western part. Okay, so Changtang Wildlife Sanctuary is bounded by these three lakes. Okay, then there is Korsak Monastery near the sanctuary, and which is also a tourist attraction. And yes, there is another two important species found here, that is snow leopard, black-necked crane, and the wild ass, Kyang or the wild ass. So remember, most of the Ladakh region there is snow leopard, and black-necked stock is also seen. Okay, black-necked crane. Okay, so why is it important? Why was it in news? Okay, recently, one thing is the Wildlife Board has approved the installation of mountain radar by Indian Air Force in the sanctuary. Apart from that, there is also an observatory. Okay, so we'll see about that in the next slide. So Changtang, remember the location of Changtang Wildlife Sanctuary is in Leh Ladakh region. On top we have what? Pangong So, Sokar, and Somoriri. Okay, remember the location of the lakes. Okay. More than Changtang, this Hanle is important. Okay, so this is why this this was in news. So Department of Science and Technology has is trying to set up the first dark sky reserve. Okay, at Hanle village. Okay, this is also part of what the Changtang Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, so there's a dark sky reserve. Remember, dark sky reserve at Hanle village in Ladakh, which is also part of what Changtang Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, so this dark sky reserve is also known as what the night sky sanctuary. So that is why this is very important. Okay, Hanle. Hanle is really important because it is like the highest point. I mean, it's at a very high altitude, and this like the visibility of the sky would be very clear. Right, there'll be no disturbances. There'll be no what pollution. Okay, so that is why Hanle is very important. We have lots of the telescopes and observatory there. Hanle and at the latest thing, that is the Dark Sky Reserve at Hanle, which is also part of the Changtang Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, so yes, Hanle is located in Ladakh's cold desert region. Okay, and the main advantage is it is free from human disturbance. There's clear sky conditions and dry weather conditions throughout the year, not just a few months. It's there throughout the year. Okay, the sky would be easily visible. Okay, so in Indian Astronomical Observatory is also located at Hanle. Okay, it's one of the most globally important one as well. Apart from that, there are already so many telescopes, prominent ones at Hanle. Okay, one is the Himalayan Chandra telescope. Another one is high energy gamma ray telescope. That is Hagar, called Hagar, high energy gamma ray telescope, Hagar. Then there is what MACE, Major Atmospheric Cherenkov Experiment Telescope, MACE. And then there's Growth India telescope. Okay, 4 telescopes are already there. There are more things at what Hanle. So remember the location of Hanle, it's in Ladakh. So Changtang Wildlife Sanctuary is there. Why is it important now? Because there has been a dark sky reserve. Okay, at Hanle village in what as part of Changtang Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, night sky. So you can observe the sky at night. Okay, so this region is free from what dry weather, this human disturbances or what pollution, and there is clear sky, dry weather conditions, etc. Okay, so also there is an Indian observatory where at Hanle. Yeah. Okay. So you can see the location of this Hanle observatory. It's here. Okay, so it's somewhere at the bottom here. So it's almost near what the India-China border. So you can see the India-China border here. It's at the bottom, and there is a Fotula road here. Yeah, Fotula Pass. There's also Fotula Pass. Okay, so this is the location of what the Hanle Observatory. Okay, and this whole area would be what the Dark Sky Reserve. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we'll just have a quick revision of all the last few topics we have spoken of. Okay. So yes, we spoke up to the Sintar top, and after that, that we discussed the Pashnath Hill in Jharkhand and Shatrunjay Hill in Gujarat. Pashnath, both of the sites are important of Jain pilgrimage sites, right? So Pashnath Temple hill is named after the 23rd Tirthankara, Jain Tirthankara, and there is a Sammar Shikarji temple there. Okay, Sammar Shikarji temple. Okay, which is 20 of the 24 Tirthankaras attained salvation from this Sammar Shikarji temple. That is the Pashnath Hills. It is in Jharkhand. Okay, it's important for both the Shvetambara and Digambara community of chains. Okay, then yes, the Shatrunjay Hills of Gujarat. We spoke about Shatrunjay Hills. It is where in the Saurashtra, the southern part of Gujarat, right? There's Shatrunjay River there, and there is a lot of Jain temples there. So more than 800 Jain temples are there. The problem was the vandalism of these temples. Okay, and the people are protesting in order to inquire into the vandalism and the cases, why it happened, and they need protection. Okay, then we spoke about the Hasdiya Aranya. Hasdiya Aranya, where is it? It's in Chhattisgarh, right? In the north central part of Chhattisgarh. And yes, It is on the banks of Hasbi River, which is a tributary of Mahanadi. Okay, and yes, the problem is there has been coalfield allocation by the government, and the state government as well as the community there are protesting against this coalfield mining and allocation. Okay, coal mining and coalfield allocation. Okay, then we spoke about the what Charadiya Moidams of Assam. Okay, it is a burial sites of what the medieval Ahom kingdom. Okay, the Thai Ahom kingdom, and it contains what the mortal remains of royalty of Ahoms. Okay, Ahom royalty. Then apart from that, it has been recently proposed to be declared as what UNESCO World Heritage Site. Okay, then we spoke about Nallamala Forest. It's between what Andhra Pradesh and the Telangana. On top, we have the Krishna River, and on the bottom, we have the Penna River. On one side, there is Nagarjuna Sagar, what Srisailam Tiger Reserve, and on the other side, there's Amrabad Tiger Reserve on the Telangana side. Apart from that, one important thing you must remember is the Chenchu tribes, right? Tribes that inhabit the mountains of Nallamala, and also about the presence of uranium. So there are uranium mines as well. Okay. So yeah. Yes. Then then we spoke about the Kodaikanal Solar Observatory and the Kodaikanal region and the lake there, Kodaikanal Lake, the artificial lake. Then about the Changtang Wildlife Sanctuary and the Hanley Observatory. Okay, and about the Dark Sky Reserve proposed in Anle village in the Ladakh region. Okay, remember the location. Okay, so now let's move on. Next place we must discuss today is the Shivamoga in Karnataka. Okay, so why this is important is because it's not just the importance of place, but recently the Prime Minister has visited this place to inaugurate what? Yes, the airport, Shivamoga Airport in Karnataka. Okay, so you can see Shivamoga, it's here. This place, Shivamoga. It's in Karnataka, in the Western Ghats region of Karnataka. Okay, it is a very beautiful place. Okay, it is a city. Yes, the Shivamoga district. And now one important fact is the river in Shivamoga. It is the Tunga River, which is a tributary of Tungabhadra, and Tungabhadra is a tributary of the Krishna River. Okay, so Tunga and Bhadra joins together to form Tungabhadra, and this Tunga River flows through this Shivamoga. Okay, and remember, Tungabhadra is important because it is the one river which flows through Hampi region, Vijayanagar Empire, Hampi region. Okay, and Tungabhadra joins where the Krishna River. It's a tributary of Krishna River. Okay, another important fact is a major part of Shivamoga is part of what the Malanad region. So basically, the Karnataka Plateau region and the Western Ghats region. That part is called the Malanad. Okay, and Shivamoga district is part of this Malanad region. Okay, and the being gateway of this region is also called the gateway of Malanad. Okay. So it is the gateway to all the hilly regions of this Western Ghats of this region. So that is why it is called gateway of Malanad. So remember, recently, the airport has been inaugurated by a PM. That is why this region is important. So you must know about the river passing through this region, that is Tunga River, and also about the region, the Malanad region. Okay, that is Shivamoga, Karnataka. Next important tiger reserve is the Sanjay Dubri Tiger Reserve. Okay, this also has been recently in news. Why? Because a tigress, got electrocuted. It died due to electrocution. Okay, in the buffer zone of the Sanjay Dubri Tiger Reserve. It is in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, the Sanjay Dubri Tiger. When you hear the name Dubri, you might think it is somewhere in the northeast at the Assam region, but the Sanjay Dubri Tiger Reserve is where in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, don't get confused or don't forget it. Sanjay Dubri is in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, so tigers has been recently electrocuted in the buffer zone of this That is why it was in news. And where is it? It is in the Siddhi district of Madhya Pradesh. It is in the northeast part of Madhya Pradesh and is bordered by the Guru Ghasidas National Park. So recently, Guru Ghasidas National Park has been declared what the tiger reserve. It is in what Chhattisgarh, and this Sanjay Dubri Tiger Reserve actually shares border with this Guru Ghasidas National Park and Tiger Reserve. Okay, then it also consists of what the Sanjay National Park and the Dubri Sanctuary as well. Okay, and it was also it's also part of what the Bandwagar Sanjay Guru Ghasidar Palamahu landscape. Apart from that, it is a connectivity between Bandwagar and Palamau Tiger Reserve. Okay, it's a tiger corridor, wildlife corridor, the Sanjay Dubri Tiger Reserve. So just remember this Sanjay Dubri Tiger Reserve is in Madhya Pradesh, northeastern part of MP, and on one side there is the bordering, there is Guru Ghasidas Tiger Reserve. Okay, this is Chhattisgarh. Guru Ghasidas is in Chhattisgarh. Okay. And important rivers are Banas, Goba. Just remember Banas flows through. All the names are not important, but Banas flows through. Remember that. Okay. So you can see the location. This is Sanjay Dubri. So it's here. So Bandwagar is here. Somewhere around here there is the Guru Ghasidas Tiger Reserve. Then there is Palamau here. Okay. That is Sanjay Dubri Tiger Reserve. Remember, it is in Madhya Pradesh. Sanjay Dubri Tiger Reserve. Okay. Okay. Next important is the Chenab Rail Bridge. This is very important because this is one of the tallest bridge or world's highest railway bridge. Okay. And this is part of Uddam Srinagar Baramulla rail link. Okay. Udhampur Srinagar Baramulla rail link. Remember, it is the world's highest rail bridge. Okay. And this project, Chenab Rail Bridge, has been declared project of national importance. And it's actually an arch bridge. Okay. You must know, you may not remember all the types of bridge, but at least remember this Chenab Rail Bridge is an arch bridge. Okay. It is the highest rail bridge in the world. That is, from the riverbed, it is 359 meters above the riverbed, almost 360 meters. Okay. And recently, the steel arch has been completed. It is a link from Katra to Banihal. So that steel arch connection has been completed. And remember, it will be one of the biggest marvels of civil engineering. So just remember, Chenab Rail will be constructed across the Chenab River, obviously. Okay, and it is one of the highest rail bridges in the world. Okay, and it is an arch bridge. Okay. So we'll just have a look about the Chenab River as well when we talk about the Chenab rail bridge. So where is Chenab River? It actually starts from the Lahaul Spiti region in Himachal Pradesh, and then it flows into through Jammu and Kashmir, and it is actually a tributary of the Indus River. Okay, so it is actually a tributary of Indus River. So yes, before becoming Chenab River, it has two tributaries, that is Chandra and Baga. Okay, there is a pass, okay, in Himachal Pradesh called the Baralachala Pass, and from the west of this pass, there is a Baga River originates. So there is Baralachala Pass in Himachal Pradesh. Okay, from the west, this Baga River originates, and from the east of this, there's a Chandratal, from where Chandra River originates. So there is a Suryatal and Chandratal. From Suryatal, the Baga River originates, and Chandratal, the Chandra River originates, and they join together Chandrabaga, and it becomes Chenab River. Okay, so there is it actually originates from the Lahaul Spiti region in Himachal Pradesh. So there is the Baralachala Pass. On the west side of the pass, one part originates, and the east side, the part originates. They combine together to form the Chenab River. Okay, and it then flows through Jammu and Kashmir and into the plains of Punjab, Pakistan, and into the Indus River. Okay, another important thing you must remember while studying Chenab River is the dams which are constructed or which are being constructed across the Chenab River. Why is it important? Yes, this Indus River is actually Indus and its tributaries. It's a very disputed river. Why? Because Pakistan wants claims that they want all the water of this Indus and its tributaries. So what happened? There has been a conflict between what India and Pakistan regarding the water sharing. So World Bank interfered. So World Bank interfered and said that India can create what run of the river projects. That means without disrupting the flow of the river, India can construct dams across the rivers of what the three rivers that Indus, Chenab, and Jhelum. Okay, the other three is for India, but the top ones, India can create what the run of river projects. That is why Chenab is important. Okay, so if you're talking about the important projects India is carrying out in Chenab River, are one, there is Raktal hydroelectric power project, then there is Salal Dam hydroelectric project near Riyasi, then there is Dulhasti hydroelectric power plant in Kishtwar district, then there is a Pakal Dul Dam which is also under construction. It is on one of the tributaries of this Chenab, that is Marusadar River. Okay, so these are the four important projects. Remember these projects. Okay, Ratal, Salal Dam, Dulhasti, and Pakal Dul. Okay, these are the four projects which is dams or run of the river projects which are being carried out on the Chenab River. Okay. So where does it originate? It originates from what the Lahore Spiti region in Himachal Pradesh, flows to Jammu and Kashmir and then into Pakistan, Punjab. So you can see it here. Okay, so here. This is Chenab. Originates here. Lahore Spiti, Himachal Pradesh, flows to Jammu and Kashmir, then Punjab. Okay, then Jhelum joins it. Okay, and then it merges to Satluj, and Satluj goes and joins where to Indus. Okay, so why I'm mentioning this is because there was a question in UPSC. Okay, so this was a question with reference to Indus River system. Of the following four rivers, three of them pour into which one of the pour into one of which joins the Indus direct. The question is with reference to Indus River system. Of the following four rivers, three of them pour into one of which joins the Indus direct. Among the following, which one is such river that joins Indus direct? Okay, so they're asking the others join into this particular river and then that in turn joins where the Indus. So options A Chenab, B Jhelum, C Ravi, and D is Satluj. So if you see this figure, you can see. So B is joined Satluj at first itself. So B goes out. Then Ravi is there. Ravi joins what the Chenab. Jhelum also joins Chenab. Chenab joins Satluj and Satluj joins what Indus. So answer here would be yes, Satluj. So you can eliminate Ravi, Jhelum, and Chenab. So there's only one option, that is Satluj. This is the right answer. Okay, clear. So regarding the maps, we'll study maps in detail in the next sessions. But whenever you study the map, try to draw out the maps and its tributaries and how it joins. Okay, that is very important. Okay, so you must take the map and draw the figure and learn it. Only then you will be able to understand the correct tributaries and the locations where it goes. Okay, so that is it about what the Chenab River. So we spoke about the Chenab Rail Bridge as well as the Chenab River, its origin, where it empties out, and also what? Yes, the important projects on Chenab River. Here. So now let's move on to the next important location. Yes. Next important location which was in use is the Paradeep Port. Okay. So where is Paradeep Port? It is in Odisha. You can see it. This is the Paradeep Port. Okay. It is in Odisha. So here another important post is Haldia Port. It is in West Bengal. Okay. So in this post, after Haldia, important port is Paradeep. Okay, this is the first major port commissioned after independence. Where is it located? Yes, it is on the banks of what? Mahanadi River. That is when the region where Mahanadi empties into Bay of Bengal. That location, the Paradeep port is located. Okay. Then, yeah. Another important fact is this is a natural harbor. What does that mean? Yes, it has sufficient depth so that there is no requirement of dredging. Okay, so ships can just simply come to the port. Okay, it is the deepest harbor, especially suited for handling large, very large vessels. Okay, so that is Paradip port. Okay, then most significant what good that this port handle or export is iron and aluminum. Okay, that is because Odisha has what, or maybe the neighboring of Odisha, that is Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand region, etc., has what, high amount of iron ore as well as bauxite ore. That is why iron and aluminum is highly exported from Paradip port, and the greatest destination is Japan. Okay, iron ore is largely exported to Japan from this port. Okay, so remember the location of Paradip port is in Odisha, where Mahanadi empties. Okay, so there is a natural harbor location. That means there is no requirement for dredging. Okay, there is sufficient depth for what, the ship to come up to the shore. Okay, it is the deepest harbor. Okay, and the greatest export from this port is iron ore and aluminum, and iron ore is exported to West Japan. Okay, that is Paradip port. Okay. Another important location in Odisha is the Gahirmada Wildlife Sanctuary. So you can see this is the Gahirmada Wildlife Marine Sanctuary. Okay. So you can see the Dhamra River here and the Brahmani River here. Okay. So this Gahirmata beach, Gahirmata is actually located between the Dhamra and Brahmani. Okay. There is Dhamra river mouth and Brahmani river mouth. Between these two is the what, Gahirmata Marine Sanctuary. Okay, so yes, Odisha's Gahirmata is known as the world's largest rookery. Rookery means, yes, a colony of breeding animals, that is especially for sea turtles. That is what, yes, this is where the sea turtles, especially the olive ridley turtles, they come from the Pacific Ocean. They come as far as this Gahirmata and lay their eggs there. So this is the rookery for olive ridley turtle, and it is declared as what, the Marine Wildlife Sanctuary. It's world's largest nesting beach for olive ridley turtles. It extends from Dhamra to what, Brahmani. Okay, the Gahirmata was declared turtle sanctuary in 1997 by Odisha, and after conservation, its ecological importance, and as part of efforts to save the sea turtles. Okay. Just remember, whenever you hear about Gahirmata Marine Sanctuary, this olive ridley turtles come there. What? And the process of the rookery is called what? Laying eggs for Aridaba. Okay. So that happens where in this Gahirmata Marine Sanctuary. Okay. And this species of olive ridley turtle, it is not actually what, critically endangered. It is actually vulnerable species as per IUCN. Okay. Remember, olive ridley turtle is vulnerable. Although it comes very frequently in news, this olive ridley turtle is actually vulnerable. Okay. Here. So that is Gahirmata Marine Sanctuary. Where is it located? It is in Odisha. Okay. Next important location is the Gandhamardhan Hills. Why is this important, Gandhamardhan Hills? It has been declared biodiversity heritage site by Odisha government. Okay. The Gandhamardhan Hills. Okay, and why was it declared? Okay, the people here, this Gandhamardhan Hills is actually rich in what, bauxite ore, that is ore of aluminum. Okay, so bauxite ore is rich here, and there has been what, so many protests by the people in order to conserve this region. Okay, in order to what, against mining of bauxite in this region. Okay. So, where is it located? It is between Balangir and Bargarh districts of Odisha. Okay. And the most significant fact is there are the most important medicinal plant here in Gandhamardhan. It's called the Mrida Sanjeevani. Okay. So, it's mythologically as well as important. And people consider this hill as what, the resting place of what? The Hanuman of Hindu mythology. Okay. So there is a bauxite reserve which is planned for exploration by the state government through a private venture. and Lord Hanuman is what believed to reside here. Okay, apart from Gandhamardhan Hills, there is also a Piduru Mountains of Sri Lanka. Only in these two places, there is significant importance given to Hanuman. Okay, and this region is what very important in Hindu mythology. Okay, so in Hindu mythology, there's a story that Hanuman carried a hill on his shoulder in order to bring the plant of what Mridhu Sanjeevani to rescue Lakshman, right? So this hill, Gandhamardhan Hill, is considered to be that. Okay, so that is why it is very significant in mythological perspective. But if you're studying in the UPSC, remember this has been recently declared as what the biodiversity heritage site by the Odisha government. That is why we are studying, and that is why it is important for us. Okay, and that is what enough and more bauxite available here, but people are protesting against bauxite mining. Okay, that is Gandhamardhan Hills. You can see the location here. Show you. So yes, yeah, this is Gandhamardhan Parbat. Parbat means hills. Okay, it's near what to the west of Odisha. That is near Chhattisgarh border. Gandhamardhan Parbat. Okay, so that is it's important because it's declared biodiversity heritage site. Okay. Okay, next is the Bandipur Tiger Reserve. Okay, this is important because we are celebrating, yes, 50 years of Project Tiger. And also, Bandipur Tiger Reserve is celebrating its 50 years of establishment. Okay, along with Project Tiger. And not only that, recently our Prime Minister has visited the Bandipur Tiger Reserve in order to celebrate the success of what the Project Tiger. Okay, so that is Bandipur Tiger Reserve. So recently it has completed 50 years. Okay, Bandipur Tiger Reserve on April 1st. Okay. So, yes, the reserve was launched in 1973 by then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Okay, so in order to stop the declining population of the tigers, okay, this Bandipur Tiger Reserve was launched by the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. Okay, and an interesting fact regarding the tiger population is, yes, when this Project Tiger was launched, or when this Bandipur Tiger Reserve was declared, at that time the number of tigers were just 12. But now we have 173 tigers in just the Bandipur Tiger Reserve. Okay, as per the latest statistics, there are 173 tigers. So much increase of tiger has happened in the Bandipur Tiger Reserve just by declaring that region as Project Tiger. Tiger Reserve, that Bandipur as Tiger Reserve. And you can also, when in the mains answer regarding the success of Project Tiger, if some question is asked like that, you can mention the statistics. Okay, this is a classic example of the success of the Project Tiger. Okay, it's you cannot say double. It's like kind of quadruple, or maybe a 100-fold increase, a 10-fold increase. Okay, more than a 10-fold increase. 12 tigers to 173. I don't know how many times. Okay, so that is Bandipur Tiger Reserve. And where is it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is in the Western Ghats mountain biodiversity. It's a part of Western Ghats, and also it is in Karnataka. It is also actually in the tri-junction of Karnataka, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. It's actually at the border. Okay, this Bandipur Tiger Reserve. And on Kerala side, we have the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary, and in Tamil Nadu side, there is Mudumalai as a continuation of this Bandipur. So there is Mudumalai, Bandipur, and in Kerala side, there is Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, that is how there's continuity of Bandipur Tiger Reserve. And apart from that, yes, there's Kabani River flowing fields. Okay, so there is Bandipur Tiger Reserve, there is Kabani River flowing, and on top of that, there is Nagarhole Tiger Reserve. So 2 tiger reserves in close proximity. It's divided by the Kabani River. Okay, so that is Bandipur Tiger Reserve. Remember, Bandipur Tiger Reserve, Project Tiger, it's very successful. It's celebrating 50 years. Okay, so it is part of the Western Ghats, and it is actually not just in Kannada. It's actually a tri-junction. between Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. Okay, so if you're talking about the three states, in Karnataka there is Bandipur Tiger Reserve. In Tamil Nadu side there is Mudumalai, and in Kerala side we have who? Yes, the Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. And if you're talking about the river, it is bounded by the Kabini River, Bandipur. On top there is Kabini River, and above that there is the Nagarhole National Park or Tiger Reserve. Okay, so that is how the Bandipur Tiger Reserve is. So you can see it here in the map. So this is the Bandipur Tiger Reserve. So here on top you can see Nagarhole. Okay, there's Mudumalai in Tamil Nadu. This side, and this side there is also what Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, so that is the Bandipur Tiger Reserve. You must remember this. Okay, you must I think it is very important for this year's prelims. Okay, that is Bandipur Tiger Reserve. Next important topic is the place in use was the Kudankulam nuclear power plant. Okay, this is not the first time this has been in use. It has been used many times in the past as well. This is one of the largest power station, nuclear power plants in India. Kudankulam nuclear power plant. So one of the functional or the biggest one in India. Where is it? It is in Kudankulam. Kudankulam is in Tirunelveli, Tamil Nadu. Okay, that is southern part of Tamil Nadu. Tirunelveli, Kudankulam power plant. Okay. And another important point is this. The project Kudankulam nuclear power plant is built in conjunction with what? The Russian state company called Atomstroy Export. Okay. So this Kudankulam power plant is in collaboration with Russia and NPCL. So both of them are together making this Kudankulam power plant, and already electricity generation has been started. Apart from that, Unit 3 and 4 is under construction. Okay. But then why was this in news? Why is it important now? Okay, recently there was a protest in Kudankulam village about facility of this Kudankulam nuclear power plant called the away from home reactors. AFR facility. So what is this AFR facility? So what they are trying to do is the nuclear waste from this Kudankulam nuclear power plant, they are taking it far away from the reactor and then they are disposing it there. Okay, so that is away from reactor. So they are actually disposing the waste far away from the reactor, and they are making this thing there, nuclear waste plant. Okay, but the people are protesting because if they are taking this nuclear waste away from the reactor and disposing it in somewhere else, the problem is the groundwater there would get polluted and there will be uranium contamination in groundwater and the people there would be affected. That is why the people are protesting. Okay, the Gram Panchayat, the government, the local government there as well as the people are protesting against this away from reactor facility. So learn that term also, like films they ask these terms. Okay, so what is away from reactor facility means? That is disposing the nuclear waste away from the reactor. Okay, so that is Kudankulam nuclear power plant. So you can see the location of Kudankulam. It is here in almost the south of Tamil Nadu. Okay, apart from that, there is Kalpakam or Madras Atomic Power Station, another nuclear power plant. Just remember the location. Okay, then Karnataka, there's Kaiga Power Station. Karnataka, Kaiga. Okay, it's easier. Maharashtra, there is Tarapur. Okay, Tarapur Power Station. These are operational ones. Okay, then Gujarat, there is Khakrapara. Okay, there's another one called Mitivardi also, but Khakrapara is functional now. Khakrapara, Gujarat. Then Rajasthan, there is Rajasthan Atomic Power Station, and UP, there is Narora. Okay, West Bengal, there is Haripur. It's not operational, but at least this you must remember. These locations. Okay, so bottom, Tamil Nadu to Kalpakam and Kudankulam. That is Madras Atomic Power Station and Kudankulam is there. Then Kaiga, Karnataka, Tarapur is in Maharashtra, right? Gujarat, there is Khakrapara, right? Rajasthan power station is there. Then UP there is Narora. Okay. West Bengal Haripur. Remember that. It's not given here. Okay. So these are the important nuclear power plants in India. Okay. Remember at least these. Okay. Okay. So that is it about what the nuclear power plant or the Kudangolam nuclear power plant. Next uh, important place in news was the Dibang Wildlife Sanctuary. So you can see it here. That's here, Dibang. So which is this? This is Arunachal Pradesh. So on top of Arunachal Pradesh, on the banks of Dibang River, we have Dibang Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay. So we are talking Dibang is actually the tributary of who? Yes, the Brahmaputra River. Okay. So yes, the Dibang Wildlife Sanctuary, it is in Arunachal Pradesh, and it is actually being said to become what? A tiger reserve. Okay. So why was it in news? Actually, the people are protesting against this move of making it a tiger reserve, because if it is made a tiger reserve, the problem is there'll be no-go zones. You know, the no-go zones and the buffer zone, 4 buffer strategy. So people cannot go in the 4 areas. So the local people living in the forest there, okay, in the Dibang Wildlife Sanctuary, or the tribal community there, okay, they are actually protesting. That is the Mishmi tribes. Okay, so the Idu Mishmi people. So the people living here, or the tribal people here, is the Idu Mishmi people. They have been protesting against making this a tiger reserve, because they think that it will bring restriction to the movement, or it will be against their community rights, community forest rights. Okay. And yes, this Dibang Wildlife Sanctuary has been named after Dibang River, which is also a tributary of what? The Brahmaputra River. Okay, so we'll learn about the Brahmaputra River and tributaries later. But remember, Dibang is a tributary of Brahmaputra River, and it is part of what? The Eastern Himalayas. Okay. Another interesting fact here is it is what? Lofty mountains, there is snow-covered peak, deep gorges, a lush forest, and blistering river. Okay. So remember the location. It is almost on the top part of Arunachal Pradesh, near the border. Okay, Dibang. Here. Okay. Dibang Wildlife Sanctuary. So why is it important? Because recently there has been moved to declare it what? A tiger reserve. Okay, but people have been there. This Idu Mishmi. Remember the tribals also. Northeast when you're studying, tribals are also very important, because UPSC likes to ask about the tribals. Okay, so Idu Mishmi people, they have been protesting, okay, against the move of declaring this Dibang Wildlife Sanctuary as tiger reserve. Okay, and remember it has been named after who? Yes, the Dibang River, which is a tributary of the Brahmaputra. Clear? So that is Dibang Wildlife Sanctuary. Okay, so with that, I think I've covered all the important places. You will, I mean, there are a lot more places, okay, but at least you must remember these places. Okay, so we'll have just a quick revision, then we'll move on to the northeastern part. So yes, we spoke about Shivamogga. It is in Karnataka. Recently an airport has been inaugurated. Remember, the river which flows through Shivamogga is Tunga River. Okay, then we spoke about the Sanjay Dubri Tiger Reserve in Madhya Pradesh. Mainly because the tigress was electrocuted there, it was in news. And on one side of the Sanjay Dubri, although the name is Sanjay Dubri, it is where? It is in Madhya Pradesh. Okay. On one side we have the Guri Ghasidaspur, Guri Ghasidas National Park of the Tiger Reserve, which is in Chhattisgarh. Okay, and it is an important tiger corridor. Then we spoke of the Chenab Rail Bridge and the Chenab River. Chenab Rail Bridge is one of the highest rail bridges in the world. That is above it is a steel arch bridge. Okay, then there is Chenab River. Chenab River origins where? In Lahaul Spiti region, right? It flows as Chandra and Baga River, and then flows through both Jammu and Kashmir and then Pakistan. Okay, there are so many, and it merges toward the Indus system, Indus River, after joining Satluj. Okay, then the important projects on Chenab River is what? There is National Hydroelectric Power, there is Pakaldum project, there is what? Dulhasti project, and also there is Salal Dam Hydroelectric Power project. All these are run of river projects. Okay. Then we spoke about the Paradip port in Odisha. Okay. It is at the confluence of what Mahanadi, to the mouth of Mahanadi, and it is a natural harbor, deepest port. Okay, and iron ore and aluminum is being exported from here. Then Gahirmata Marine Sanctuary between the Damra mouth and Brahmani mouth. Yes, it is the important location. It is a rookery for sea turtle, especially the olive ridley turtles. Then we spoke about the Gandhamardan Hills. Why is it important? It has been declared the biodiversity heritage site. Also remember, it is important in Hindu mythology because Lord Hanuman carried this mountain on his shoulders while in order to save Lord Lakshman. Okay, then we spoke about the Bandipur Tiger Reserve, which is celebrating its 50 years and its successful increase in number of tigers. Where is it? Yes, it is at the five junction of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Kerala. On Tamil Nadu side, there is Mudumalai Forest, and Kerala side, there is Wayanad Wildlife Sanctuary. And above this, this Bandipur Tiger Reserve, there is Kabani River, and it borders what? The Nagarhole Tiger Reserve. There is Nagarhole Tiger Reserve, Kabani River, and then Bandipur Tiger Reserve. Okay. Then we spoke about the power plant. There is Kodamkulam nuclear power plant. Yes, if you're talking about Kodamkulam nuclear power, where is it? It is in the Tirunelveli district, the bottom, Tamil Nadu. Okay. Then we also saw all the other power plants. Then there is a new away from reactor facility which is being developed. That is why it was in news. Then we also spoke about the Dibang Wildlife Sanctuary in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, it is almost on the top. That is in the Dibang Valley, which is also a tributary of Brahmaputra. Okay, so that is the most important places I've seen in the current affairs. Okay. Next, we'll move on to the Northeast. Okay. So Northeast is one region which is very important for UPSC exams, especially because there has been so many questions asked by UPSC multiple times from the Northeastern region. Okay. And it is actually very hard to predict, but at least we can study all the important places which I've already asked because there has been repetition as well. Okay. So we'll just look into the Northeastern region. So first we start with all the states. How many states are there in Northeast? Yes, we call it 7 sisters, right? 7 sisters plus 1. That is all the 7 states in the Northeast plus Sikkim. So which are the 7 sisters? There is Assam. On top, there is Arunachal Pradesh. So you must remember the map very clearly, okay? The bordering states very clearly. There is Assam. Arunachal Pradesh is there on top. There is Nagaland here. Manipur. Bottom, there is Mizoram. And one part, there is Tripura. And just below Assam, there is what? Meghalaya. Okay. And here we have what? Sikkim. So except for Sikkim, all the rest what borders Assam. Okay. That is one thing you must remember. All the 6 states borders Assam. Okay. So all of them does not have direct contact with each other, but everybody borders with Assam. And we already spoke about the capitals, but I'll just repeat it again. Sikkim, it is Gangtok. Arunachal Pradesh, Itanagar. Assam, Dispur. Nagaland, it's Kohima. Manipur, Imphal. Mizoram, Aizawl. Tripura, Agartala. And Meghalaya, Shillong. Okay, these are the capitals. Okay. Next important thing you must remember is the bordering countries. Who are the borders of Northeast? Yes, here Sikkim, on this side we have what? Nepal. Between Sikkim and the northeastern states, we have what? Bhutan. Okay, it's very important. And above that, we have who? China. So up to Arunachal Pradesh, this whole area, we have China, and this is the McMahon line. Right. Then we have what on the bottom? That is on the east, southeast of the northeast, we have what? Myanmar. And next to what? Meghalaya and Tripura, we have what? Bangladesh. Okay. So Yes, that is how it is. So Bangladesh is there, Myanmar is there, China, Bhutan, and next to Sikkim there is Nepal. So these are the bordering countries. Okay. So next important thing you must remember is the hills of Northeast. Okay. So draw these maps and study so you'll easily remember. Okay. So we'll see the river system, but before that, we'll see the important hills. So this part is the what? Eastern Himalayan part. So if you're talking about the Eastern Himalayas, we have, yes, the peak of Kanchenjunga, that is Sikkim Himalayas. Then we have the Mishmi Hills and the Dafla Hills. All these are part of Eastern Himalayas. Okay. Then we have the northeastern hills. So talking about northeastern hills, we have Patkai Bum, Naga Hills, Mizo Hills, and Mikir and Barai. Okay. Then we have the famous Garo Khasi Jayantiya. This is the what? Meghalaya region. Garo Khasi Jayantiya. So Mizo Hills is in the Mizoram region. Garo Khasi Jayantiya is in Meghalaya. Naga Hills, Nagaland, and a bit of Manipur. Bareil, it is in Manipur region. Then Patkai Bum is also what along this part. Okay, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, and that region. Okay. So also remember this Garo Khasi Jayantiya. This is an extension of what the plateau. Okay, the Peninsula Plateau's extension. So here there's a Malta fault. So this side there is Peninsula. This side there is Peninsula Plateau. Here there is Malta fault, and this is an extension of what? The Peninsula Plateau. Far East Tableland. It's called the Far East Tableland and consists of Garo Khasi Jayantiya, Mikir and Bareil. Okay. So these are the hills. Remember these hills: Dafla, Mishmi, Patkai, and the location as well. Patkai Bum, Naga Hills, Mizo Hills. Okay. Then it's also called Rishe Hills, Garo Khasi Jayantiya, Mikir and Barai. Okay. These hills you must remember. Whenever you hear the name Garo Khasi Jayantiya, it is in Meghalaya. Don't forget that. Okay. Garo Khasi Jayantiya, Meghalaya. Okay. So these are the important hills. Now we'll see Brahmaputra. Brahmaputra is called the lifeline of Northeast. It's the most important river in Northeast. And we'll see its tributaries. Okay. So you can see it's starting in Tibet. There it is called the Yarling Tsangpo River. It comes all the way up to this, the Arunachal Pradesh region. Then it takes a U-turn. Okay. It takes a bend, a sharp bend. Okay. Yes. So there is this, there is two syntaxial bends here. It's called at two sides of the Himalayas. So it is called what? It is asked in last year's prelims as well. This region is called Namcha Barwa. Okay. So the bend here is called the Namcha Barwa. Okay. So there is Nanga Parvat and Namcha Parvat. Nanga Parvat is on the other side of the Himalayas. That is the end of Western Himalayas. On the end of Eastern Himalayas, there is what? The Nanga Parvat region. So it's here. So at the Nanga Parvat region, this takes a U-turn. It takes a bend. The river. And here it is named as Dihang. Siang or Dihang. Then there is Dibang, which is a tributary, joins Brahmaputra. Then there is Lohit. Lohit is also one of the most important tributaries. Then it becomes the Brahmaputra river. Then Buri Dihing also joins here. Then Subansiri is another important river. Subansiri. Then there is Dansiri also. Then there's Kemeng River. On the banks of Kemeng River, there's also Kemeng National Park or Tiger Reserve. Then there's Kapili River. Then Manas is there. Manas River. Manas is important because of Manas National Park and Manas Tiger Reserve is there. Then Sankosh. Okay, if we come to what? Then it turns again, it bends and goes back into the Bangladesh region where it is called Jamuna. Okay, so that is Brahmaputra. So important tributaries of Brahmaputra you must know is, yes, Dihang, Dibang, Lohit, right, Buri Dihing, Dansiri, Subansiri, Kameng, Kapili, and Manas. Okay, up to that you must know. Okay, that is Brahmaputra. Remember, it is a lifeline of what? The northeast. Okay. So this is one of the previous year questions with regard to Brahmaputra. Which of the following is our tributaries of Brahmaputra? Only if you draw this and learn, you will remember. Okay. So options are 1 Dibang, 2 Kameng, 3 Lohit. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 only, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, D 1, 2 and 3. So answer is D 1, 2 and 3. All three are tributaries of what? Brahmaputra. Dibang, Kameng and Lohit. Okay. Next important topic is Majuli Islands. So where is this Majuli Islands? So whenever we talk about Brahmaputra, one thing you mustn't miss out is the Majuli Islands. Okay, so you can see Majuli Islands here. So this is the Brahmaputra river and on top Subansiri. So in the northern part there is Subansiri and the southern part there is Brahmaputra, and on the between that there is an island. Okay, that island is called the what? Majuli Island. Okay. Why is it important? It is the world's largest island. Okay, riverine island. Inhabited riverine island. Okay, it is in Brahmaputra. So it's the world's biggest inhabited riverine island. Okay, it's also a district. Okay, it is a district in Assam. Okay, Majuli, earlier it had around 1,200 square kilometers and now it has shrunk to what? 500 square kilometers. And it has a neo-Vaishnavite culture. Okay. And also there are so many, it's culturally and religiously very important. There are so many saptras as well. Okay, so remember Majuli Island. Just remember so much. On one side there is Subansiri. Subansiri is flowing on top. On the bottom there is Brahmaputra. And this Majuli Island is a riverine island of Brahmaputra. And it is the world's largest inhabited riverine island. Okay, that is Majuli Island. Okay, yeah. Next is the another important factor about Brahmaputra river is the national waterway. So the national waterway 2 is from it is on the Brahmaputra river and it is from Sadia to Dhubri or Dibrugarh to Dhubri. So here you can see Sadia. This is the starting point and this is Dhubri. This is the ending point. So from Sadia to Dhubri is the national waterway 2. Okay, one is national waterway, one is on Ganga. National waterway 2 is on Brahmaputra. And remember, it is from Sadia to Dhubri. And also there is in Sadia, you must remember about the Dola Sadia bridge as well. Okay, recently, it has been inaugurated very recently, maybe in the last 2 or 3 years. So Dola Sadia or Bhupan Hasarika bridge, that is also very important. Okay, when you're talking about the Brahmaputra river. Yeah. Okay, just remember these names. Sadia to Dhubri, this national waterway 2. Okay. Next important is the Barak River. Okay. So we already spoke about Brahmaputra River. We call it the lifeline of Northeast. But another important river in the Northeast is the Barak River. So you can see here Barak River. It is like, it starts somewhere around Manipur region. It comes like this. It takes a bend and it flows through Assam region and then it goes to Bangladesh. Okay. So when it goes to Bangladesh, it is divided into two rivers, that is Surma River and Kushiara River. Okay. And then it finally joins the Ganga Yamuna confluence, Ganga Brahmaputra and Meghna. It becomes Meghna River. Okay. That is not important, but yes, remember the Barak River. Okay. And remember, it is not a tributary of Brahmaputra. That is the most important thing. Whenever you remember Barak River, you will remember it is in the northeast, but remember it is not a tributary of Brahmaputra in India. Okay. So finally it becomes a confluence with Ganga and Brahmaputra, but in India it is not a tributary of Brahmaputra. Okay. So Barak, it actually rises where in Manipur hills and it enters the plains of Assam. And then it goes toward Bangladesh as Surma and Kushiara. Okay, so this is strategically very important because whenever we are talking about the connectivity to Northeast through this through Bangladesh, this is one important river which actually could be used as a transportation means. Okay, and then it is later called Meghna River and receives the combined flow of Ganga and Brahmaputra. Okay, So that is Barak River. Remember where it originates? It's in Manipur. Okay. So remember its course path. It comes like all the way here, then it takes a turn and then goes to the Assam. Okay. Clear? Yes. And also it drains all India, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. Its basin covers all these. Okay. 3 countries. It's across 3 countries. Okay. That is the Barak River. Next important thing you must remember when we're talking about Northeast is the Tiger Reserve of Northeast. Okay. This is UPSC's very favorite area. All the tiger reserves is Northeast. So you must remember this. Okay. So first is this one is Buksa. Buksa is not in Northeast, it is in West Bengal. So Buksa Tiger Reserve is in West Bengal. So you might get confused regarding the location and you will think that it is here. It's to near the chicken neck. So it will be in what? Assam. No, it is in where? It is in West Bengal, Buksa Tiger Reserve. Don't get confused. Okay. Then we'll talk about the tiger reserves in Assam. So remember this keyword monk. Monk. Okay, Assam monk. That is Manas, Orang, Nameri, and Kaziranga. That is Manas Tiger Reserve, Orang Tiger Reserve, Nameri, and Kaziranga. So monk. Okay. Then 4 in Assam. Okay. Then 2 in Arunachal Pradesh. You must remember one is Pakui National Park and Namdapha. Okay, Namdapha. These 2 are the tiger reserves in Arunachal Pradesh. So Namdapha and Pakui. And 1 in Mizoram, Dampa. Remember this Dampa? Dampa was also asked by, it was one of the options, okay, in a question by UPSC influence. Okay. Nameri was there. In all these, I'll tell you, Buksa was asked, Pakui was asked, Nameri was asked, Kaziranga was there, Namdapha was there, Dampa was there. So many times, so many and it has repeated as well. So you must know the location, okay, and about the tiger reserves. So Dampa is in Mizoram, Namdapha, Pakui in Arunachal Pradesh, Monk in Assam, that is Manas, Orang, Nameri, and Kaziranga. Okay, and Buksa is in West Bengal. Don't get confused. So these are the tiger reserves of Northeast. Okay, clear? Okay. Next, we'll see the national parks. Okay. So similar names can be similar. Or some tiger reserve can also be national parks. Okay. But yeah, we'll start with this. In Sikkim, there is Kanchenjunga and Neora Valley. Okay. 2 national parks, Kanchenjunga and sorry, it's my mistake. Neora Valley is in West Bengal. Okay. Kanchenjunga is in Sikkim. So Kanchenjunga is is also a mixed heritage site. If you're talking about the UNESCO World Heritage Site, there are 2 types of sites, natural sites and cultural sites. And the third one, both together, it's cultural and natural together are called the mixed heritage site. And India has just 1 mixed heritage site, and that's Kanchenjunga. So Kanchenjunga is a mixed heritage site and it is in Sikkim. Neora Valley is a national park in West Bengal. Goromara, it's not that important, but remember Goromara. Remember Neora Valley. Neora Valley was asked. Okay. But coming to Assam, the important national parks are, there is Orang, Kaziranga, and Nameri. There are many more, but these are important. Then also there is Dibru-Saikhowa. Dibru-Saikhowa is important this year because it has been in news frequently. Okay. So remember Dibru-Saikhowa, Nameri, Kaziranga, and Orang. Arunachal Pradesh, there's Mauling National Park, Nagaland, Ndaki. It's easy. Ndaki. Nagaland, Ndaki. Okay, it's easy, no? NN. Okay. Meghalaya, there is 2. One is Low Creek and another one is Balpakram. Okay, these Balpakram is also an important elephant reserve. Okay. So No Creek and Balpakram, 2 important ones in Meghalaya. Manipur, Cable Lamdo. It's very easy. It's famous for what? Humdis and all the Loktak Lake, etc. The dancing deer. Remember? Okay, so Manipur, Cable Lamjao National Park. And Mizoram, 2, Murlan and Tangpui. So draw this map and study so that then it will be easier for you to remember the location. Okay, so we'll say it once again. Sikkim, it's Kanchenjunga, Neora Valley and Goromara in West Bengal. We're talking about Assam, there's Orang, Kaziranga, Nameri and Dibru-Saikhowa. One more thing I'll tell you. As a continuation of Nameri in Arunachal Pradesh, there is Pakui or Pakke. Pakke wildlife sanctuary. Okay. Arunachal Pradesh, there's Mauling. Okay. Nagaland, there's Ntaki. Nagaland, Ntaki. Right. Then Meghalaya, there is two, Nokrik and Balpakram. Manipur, there's Cable Lamjao. We already know Mizoram, two, Murlen and Phangpui. Okay, Murlen, Phangpui, Mizoram, MM. Murlen, Phangpui. Okay. So these are the national parks. Clear? Okay. Now the last topic is the biosphere reserves in the Northeast. Okay. So yes, already I spoke about UNESCO World Heritage Site. No, Kanchenjunga, Dibang Valley, Dibru-Saikhowa, Manas, and Nokrik are the biosphere reserve recognized by the government of India. But as a part of Man and Biosphere program, there are only two from the Northeast. One is Kanchenjunga and another one is Nokrik. Okay, remember the Kanchenjunga Biosphere Reserve and the Nokrik. What? Nokrik is in Meghalaya. Kanchenjunga is in Sikkim. Okay, so these two are what? Part of UNESCO Man and Biosphere program. Okay, these are biosphere reserve which are part of what Man and Biosphere program of UNESCO. Okay, so you need not remember all the rest. Kanchenjunga and Nokrik you must remember. And the latest addition to this Man and Biosphere program is of Panna Biosphere Reserve. Okay, yeah, that is the Biosphere Reserve. Okay, so we'll just see a few questions with regard to Northeast. I think we'll just have a quick revision and then see the questions. Okay. So yeah. We'll start with the North. We were discussing the Northeast. So we first discussed about all the districts and its all the states and its capital. Then we saw the border, that is China, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, and Bangladesh. You have to see the boundary. Okay, China is only up to here. Then it is Myanmar. Okay. Then yes, all the hills, that is Dafla Hills, Mishmi Hills, which are Northeast Himalayas. Then we have the Northeastern Hills, that is Patkaibam Naga Hills, Mizo Hills. Then also Garo Kasi Jayantia, Mikir and Bare, which are part of what the Peninsula Plateau, that is Far East Tableland. Okay. Then the Brahmaputra and its tributaries. The main tributaries of Brahmaputra, Dihang, Dibang, Lohit. Then we have what? Subansiri, Dansiri, Buri Dihing, Kemeng, Manas, etc. Okay. Then, yes, we saw a question. Then we spoke about Majuli Islands. Two things you must remember. On top we have Subansiri and bottom we have Brahmaputra. Okay, it is one of the largest river islands in the world. Okay. Then we spoke about what? The National Waterway 2, that is from Sadia to Dubri. Okay, Sadia to Dubri. Then the Barak River, which is the second most important river of the Northeast, starts from what? The Manipur Hills. Manipur Hills starts and then it flows to what? The Bangladesh, that is as Surma and Kushiara River. Okay. Then the tiger reserves in Northeast. Buksa is in what? West Bengal. Then Mong, that is Manas, Orang, Nameri and Kaziranga in Assam. Two in Arunachal Pradesh, Pakui and Nandafa. And yes, Dampa in Mizoram. Then the national parks, that is Mauling in Arunachal Pradesh. Assam, there is Orang, Kaziranga, Nameri and Dibru-Saikhowa. Two in Meghalaya, that is Nokrik and Balpakram. Sikkim, Neora Valley. Sikkim, Kanchenjunga. West Bengal, Neora Valley. Okay, remember West Bengal, Neora Valley and Gorumara. Nagaland, Taki. Manipur, it is Cable Lamjao. Mizoram, two, Murlen and Phangpui. Okay, remember these. At least these, okay. Then the biosphere reserves, just remember the two which are part of what? The Man and Biosphere program, that is now Nokrik Biosphere Reserve and the Kanchenjunga Tiger Biosphere Reserve. Okay. So next we'll see a question. In which one of the following states is Pakui Wildlife Sanctuary located? So Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Nagaland. So we already saw the Pakui Tiger Reserve. So it is in Arunachal Pradesh. So it's a direct question. If you know it, you will be able to answer. So it is Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. So yeah. So it is Arunachal Pradesh. So we have already seen this. So this is if you know the fact, it's a very easy question. Otherwise, it will be hard to eliminate. Okay. So that is it about Northeast and also the important places in news. So we'll continue with the mountains and rivers and other important locations in India. Okay. So like whenever you study map locations for UPSC, Northeast is a very important. All the places in Northeast is very important. Okay. So keep repeatedly draw the map and learn it very thoroughly. Okay. So we'll end here and we'll continue in the next class. Okay. Thank you.